I'm Pat Gonzales. This is my husband, Phil Gonzales. We're a couple of senior citizens at sexy 70, as we are right now. We began this journey back in 2017 when he reminded me on a vacation in September that I hadn't had my mammogram yet. So in October of 2017, I went to get my 3D mammogram. I had dense breast tissue, so I had started having 3D mammograms done about 5 years earlier. And this time, the radiologist said, there's just something that just doesn't look right. So they did a biopsy on the spot, and I got a call back the next day. Could you come back in and see us? And we were told that it was stage 0. Breast cancer in the milk ducts. So we were then referred to an oncology surgeon who, at the time, I remember her suggesting a mastectomy, but that was a word I just wasn't prepared to hear. You have all sorts of horrible visions and thoughts and feelings. And so we decided to have a lumpectomy. So we had the lumpectomy. She took an additional marker out, and oops, there was a little bit more. So January of 2018, we had another lumpectomy, and it was recommended, that I go through radiation. So when that was over, I just knew I was fine. That was all there was to it. Fortunately, the oncology radiologist said, did you have your follow-up mammogram? And I was like, no, didn't know I was supposed to. So went back in, had another mammogram. Oops, there's more cancer. That was the turning point. That was when I said to myself, these girls just don't have a career, so they need to go. I looked over and I asked Philip, what do you think? And he was like, I just want you around. Whatever we got to do.
You. Do whatever you think you can do, that you have to do.
And I asked the oncology surgeon, Catherine Wagner, I said, if I was your mom, and I'm old enough I could be, what would you recommend? And she recommended a mastectomy, which was also followed by immediate reconstruction. She referred us to PRMA. Awesome doctor, Dr. Garza. We looked him up. He looked like Doogie Howser. We told him at the time, and it was like, Doc, we didn't think you were old enough to hold a knife, let alone use a knife. But he might be young, but he does know his stuff, and he's just the most knowledgeable, compassionate, outstanding doctor, as are all the doctors at PRMA, from what I've learned. I elected to have a bilateral mastectomy, which was immediately followed by the reconstruction. It's all one-day surgery. And they took everything. My body doesn't define me. I think I got a bigger spirit inside than my body. And so, but then again, I'm young. I mean, I'm old. Young at heart, old in body. So maybe if I was 35 instead of 70, I would, my feelings and attitude would be different. Fortunately, I know that this guy was with me no matter what, as was that guy with me no matter what. You've got to not only know your body, but you've got to get checked. You cannot depend on finding a lump. I just wanted women to be aware that don't be afraid of getting your boobs mashed. It's okay. It only hurts for a minute, as opposed to something that can go on for the rest of your life. Just know that you're never alone. Don't ever feel you're alone. You've got sisterhood. You've got God. Whatever your belief is, you've got a higher power who's got your back. As our neighbor, who was declared cancer-free the March before she passed away, she just knew God had a plan for her. God has a plan for all of us. listen for your purpose and live out your life fulfilling that purpose. That's all I know.